Alright! So I haven't talked in this channel for a while now. I actually wanted to start vlogging again, but I needed something interesting, so this is it. Anyway, this is my new guitar! Whoa! So I named this guitar CHODEN because it's a Chinese Strandberg Boden copy. You know, Chinese Boden, CHODEN. But before we get into all of this guitar goodness, I want to thank my fellow YouTuber named Johan Grandin. He's the one that helped me decide on going for this guitar, so yeah. He's been a big help, and I actually asked him a lot of questions. And when I mean a lot of questions, I mean a lot of questions. I actually think I became annoying with all those questions, but the whole time he's just been awesome and kind to me. So please check his channel out. I'll put a link in the description and put a little circle thingy on the end card, so yeah. He actually reminds me a little bit of Ola England. Not because he's Swedish, but because his content is kinda similar. He does gear reviews and demos. Anyway, Johan, I hope your channel grows bigger and I hope it goes as big as Ola's. So yeah, I really do hope. Alright, so on to the guitar. So like I said, this is CHODEN. This is a Strandberg Chinese copy. But to be honest, the only real parts that are copied here are the body shape and it being headless. So yeah. That's the only real part here. That's a copy, a straight out copy. The other things, not so much actually. I honestly think this is its own guitar, you know? So this guitar was made by a Chinese company called Big John. And you can see it in the 12th fret somewhere over here. There's a logo. I don't know if you can see it. I'll maybe just put another video over this so you can see. So yeah, they actually do a lot of copies of guitars and I can say they're pretty damn good. I received this guitar like 3 days ago and honestly I was pretty surprised. It looks just like in the pictures. I was actually expecting some sort of difference since, you know, I know this is manufactured by bulk. So, you know, it's not gonna be exactly the same, but I was still surprised. This is exactly the same as the picture, man. like what you see is what you get, you know? Also, this guitar is really tiny and light compared to my other guitars. Like, the weight of this guitar is like half of my other guitars. And thank God for that, cause you know, you get these types of guitars for ergonomics. And I actually don't know if this is lighter than a Strandberg. Probably not, but this is still light, dude. I am good. This is good enough for me, you know? Now, this is my first headless and multi-scale guitar, as you can see, fan frets. So you can kinda see now why I got it. It has features that's not really common, especially in my country, and it has features that I've been wanting for years now. Basically, I just wanted the most unique guitar in my collection, so yeah. Next, a little guitar lesson for people who don't really know these kinds of guitars. So headless, like I said, this is pretty straightforward. It's for ergonomics. It makes your guitar really light because you're getting rid of the tuners and the wood here, and it doesn't seem like much, but it's actually pretty heavy, especially the tuners. So that's why you go headless, because it's ergonomic, like I said. Again, this guitar is multiscale, as you can see here. So what is multiscale? So multiscale is basically the neck having different lengths from bottom to top. So like as you can see here from the first string, it is 25 inches from the bridge to the nut, which is this. This is called the 0 fret and it's considered as the nut. And then the first string here in the top is 27.5 inches from the bridge to the nut, or the 0 fret over here. So yeah, that's why they call it multiscale, because 27 up here and then 25 down here. It's otherwise known as fan frets. Now, why do you need fan frets? From what I know, it's actually to get the best sound when you tune your guitar lower. So for example, the string here at the top, the lower tuning you go, the less tension it has, you know, string tension. So to compensate for that, you have your fan frets, again, multiscale or whatever. So like I said, the top string has more length than the lower. So having fan frets helps with that, especially for the lower strings. since it's longer and it's given more tension when you tune down. So basically, if you want lower tunings, or like if you play metal chug chug music, you're gonna want a fan fret or multiscale guitar to make those lower tunings sound better, you know? So enough of the little guitar lesson. So let's go on to the guitar. Like I said, the only real parts that are copied here from a Strandberg is the shape of the guitar and the headless feature. Other than that, the other parts are actually pretty unique, like I said. It's really different in my opinion because first, we have the mechanism that holds the strings over here. This is actually a copy of the Steinberger endpiece, whereas a Strandberg has these locking screws that just hold the string in place. This one uses the ball of the string to keep it in place. So next is the bridge. This is actually pretty unique. I haven't seen this on like branded guitars. This is probably an original idea from someone in China. So yeah. The thing with this bridge though is that you can actually make it a fixed bridge. You just need to use this lever over here and then lock it like that. And there, you have a fixed bridge. I think this bridge actually resembles more of the bridges from the other copies, you know, like Grote or NK. But this one has a trem, so that's what sets this apart from other brands. Another thing that is unique to this guitar is, again, the frets. The way that they're angled is not actually copying Strandberg. Like, Strandberg has less of an angle, but this one is really angled, you know? It's actually rare to see this angle on a 6-string. It's more for 7-string or 8-string guitars. But yeah, again, like I said, good for lower tunings. So I'll take it, you know? Next, the pickups. They're actually pretty alright. I mean, it's kinda muddy in the lower end, but in the higher strings, it actually sounds really good. To be honest, in my opinion, you can achieve a good sound with most guitars if you know your gear, you know? If you know how to EQ and stuff like that, you can make anything sound good, really. You can make most stuff sound good. So yeah, all I'm saying is I'm probably keeping these pickups. Next, I don't know anything about guitar woods or anything like that, but this neck is probably a 5-piece neck, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's real, but it's probably a 5-piece neck or not. I don't know. And then it's actually coated, so it's real slippery. In fact, the whole guitar is actually coated, as you can see. It's not matte. In my opinion, the neck is really good for fast stuff. I really like the coat on it. I really like that almost all of this guitar is coated since, I don't know, in my opinion, I'd rather have a guitar that looks finished, you know, if you get me. I'm not really a big fan of guitars that look unfinished. I mean, the Strandbergs are like that, but that's an exception, you know. Again, the body shape, again, is where you can see that they copied the Strandberg, but the main difference of this one is the placement of the jack. It's actually here rather than here. So that kind of sucks, but it's actually put in a little bit inward. As you can see, there's like a space here. So yeah, you can use an angled cable and you're good to go. You can play this in classical like that. You just need to use an angled cable. So let's talk about the day I received this guitar. This was not set up at all. It was so bad in all honesty. So it's something to keep in mind if you plan on buying these kinds of guitars. You know, Chinese guitars. You should have at least a little bit of knowledge on how to set up guitars. To keep things short, I guess, it was hell to set this up. Maybe I'll make a video on how to set this guitar up or something. I don't know. Let's just see. But yeah, I was gonna say a lot on how to set this up, but let's keep things short, shall we? Yeah, what I'm saying is you need to know how to set up guitars. Or if not, you can go to a luthier and get it set up. But I knew how to set up mine, so I tinkered a lot with it. And now it's actually kind of perfect for me, at least. Like the intonation is perfect now and the height is good enough for me. It's not the best, you know. There's still kind of a space right there, but overall, it's pretty good now. Anyway, I think I rambled on enough. Overall, this guitar is really good for the price, but it is hell to set up. You need to sacrifice time in order to set this up. This is actually kind of an early birthday present from my parents, so thanks mom and dad. My birthday is in July 24, so yeah. It's really early. They got it for me because I wanted it so bad. So yeah, I was very happy when it got here. But to end this video, I would like to give my advice with Chinese guitars. Realistically, don't expect a perfect guitar. Like I said, I needed to set this up. But I mean, there's this common thought that Chinese guitars are bad. And I disagree actually. In fact, my best guitar, one second. This guitar, my red Charvel, is actually made in China. And it's my go-to guitar. This is like my perfect guitar for me. This is like my #1 guitar, you know. So don't necessarily believe that Chinese guitars are always bad. I don't think so. You just need to keep in mind that they have varying quality control, you know. Especially if you buy something in the cheaper side, you know. The quality control will differ. But like I said, just a few fixes there, a few setting up, and you have yourself a very good guitar. I mean, for this one, you know, like compared to getting a real Strandberg, which is like 2,000 bucks, this is the best deal you can get, in my opinion. I mean, you can't beat a real Strandberg, of course. I do want at least one in my life. Like, you can't beat the quality and the ergonomics of a real Strandberg. But for now, I don't have the money to buy a real Strandberg, so this very much does it for me. So yeah, I think I got all my points out. Again, this is CHODEN, my new headless guitar for cheap, not so cheap here, but for cheaper, I guess. I will use this guitar a lot in recordings and future music. So yeah, see you guys in the next vlogs or other videos in the future. Also, if you want to hear how this guitar sounds, check out the video before this one. It's a teaser of a new song I'm doing. And yeah, there might be an end card thingy over here or there. I don't know. I'll just put it in post. And also the link will be in the description. So yeah, peace.